It all started on a freezing winter day, the kind where the windows fog up and the heater hums like someone breathing heavily, tired of life itself. When I got home from school, my mom wasn't in the kitchen. I didn't hear her voice. There was just a note sitting on the table. "We need to talk. When you're home, come upstairs, my room." My heart dropped. My mom never wrote notes. She always spoke her mind, directly. What could possibly be serious enough to make her write something so cold? When I walked into her room, she was sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at the door. She looked like she had been there for hours. No TV on, no phone in her hand, just a yellow envelope that read blood test results in shaky blue ink. "Sit down." Her voice wasn't angry. It wasn't soft either. It just didn't sound like her. "What is this?" she asked, handing me the envelope. I opened it. My eyes landed on some strange letters. HCG. The numbers next to it were high, very high. I didn't get it. I just looked at the paper, then at her face. "You're pregnant!" My mouth fell open. "What? No, Mom, I was just sick for a few weeks." "Don't lie to me, Emily, please. Just don't lie. Tell me, who is it?" I didn't understand what she was saying. My mind locked up. I started to say, "Mom, I haven't even..." She interrupted me. "When did it start?" Her voice rose. "Who, Emily?" And then she said it. Words that would echo in my head for years. "Was it your father?" I couldn't breathe. The world tilted. I didn't know if I should cry or laugh or scream. Tears welled in my eyes. "What did you just say?" She realized it too, what she had implied. Her face turned pale. She clamped her hand over her mouth and broke down sobbing. The next day, she took me to the doctor. She insisted. I didn't even know what half those tests were for. But then the truth came out. The first test wasn't even mine. It was someone else's blood test result. They'd mixed up the files. My actual test was negative, but the damage was already done. Her doubt, that look in her eyes, that question, they were branded into me. I could never unhear it, never unfeel it. Our house became even quieter than before, and that quiet was louder than anything. My father, David, had left years ago. Not dead, just gone. One night he left and never came back. He was a quiet man, gentle, distant. We weren't exactly close, but I loved him. I remember once he carried me down a mountain after I hurt my leg. "You're my little Emily. I'll never let you hurt." After he left, my mother shattered. She cried at night, but pretended to be strong in the day. That strength slowly turned into something sharp and cold. She stopped hugging me. She stopped asking how I felt. She just made food, checked my grades, said, "Go to bed." That was it. And now this woman who had built a wall around her heart looked at me like I was no longer her daughter, but a stranger. Or worse. The weeks passed. We never talked about it. We pretended nothing had happened. But something had. And I couldn't pretend anymore. Then one night, I heard her crying. Not like before. This was different. She wasn't trying to hide it. Her door was open. She sat on the floor, holding a photo frame to her chest. I walked in quietly. She didn't notice me at first. "Mom?" She looked up, her eyes swollen, face streaked with tears. "Who's that?" I asked, pointing at the photo. She hesitated, then whispered, "Your sister." The air was knocked out of my lungs. "What?" "Before you, I had a daughter. Her name was Grace. She died when she was only 3 months old. Complications. No one knew what really happened, but I blamed myself. Her voice cracked again. When your dad left and you started growing up, I got scared. So scared that I'd lose you too. When I thought you were pregnant, I thought I failed again. I thought I'd lost everything. That night, she collapsed in my arms for the first time. And for the first time, I held her like she used to hold me. Things changed after that. Slowly, but honestly. She started leaving a cup of tea for me in the mornings. She'd ask how I was. One time, when I cried over a failed math test, she sat beside me and rubbed my back without saying anything. And I, too, tried to understand her. To see the woman behind the wall she had built. We started talking. About my dad, about Grace, about her loneliness, her fears. One day we sat by the window, wind in our hair, and she said, "You know, Emily, I thought being a mother meant I had to be strong all the time. But you were stronger than me when you forgave me." I smiled. Do moms make mistakes too? Always. They just don't always admit it. We're still not perfect. We still argue. We still have days where we fall silent. But something broke open between us, and something new began. Something warmer. Something rooted in truth. In pain. In love.